In the previous lecture, we created a balanced piece of artwork, but we didn't include any colour. Now I could add colour to this image and show you how to balance colour, but there are some problems with that approach. This canvas seems pretty full, and it would be much better if we had more space in order to add the colour. So let's take it back to a previous stage in the process. I know I've taken this image back to a stage when the black and white were unbalanced. There is more white than black. Previously, we added more black in order to create balance. However, there is another approach that we could have taken. I want to add colour, and that means replacing some of those white areas. Instead of increasing the amount of black, we're going to decrease the amount of white. This means that when I approach this task, I've got to be mindful of the amount of white in the image. I must be aware that I'm balancing black and white at the same time as I'm balancing colour. I could have started with any colour because there wasn't a particular colour to react to. I began with blue, knowing that my next colour would balance it. I want to go through some fundamentals of balancing colour. In the central circle, you can see the three primary colours of blue, yellow and red. Then on the outer circle, you have the colours that are created when you mix two of those primary colours together. In art theory, people use the term complementary colours, and a complementary set of colours are those that are opposite each other on this wheel. Yellow's complementary colour is purple. These two colours will always work well together. Yellow and purple are opposites in this diagram, but it goes further than that. Purple is made from blue and red, which is every primary colour except yellow. Purple is the complete opposite of yellow because it contains everything that yellow isn't. When you have an opposite or a contrast, then it can be used to create balance. Where there is purple, it can be balanced with yellow. Where there is green, it can be balanced with red. And where there is orange, it can be balanced with blue. Now that we've found our opposites within the world of colour, we know how to create balance. There is one colour on this canvas, and it needs to be balanced. The opposite of blue is orange. Orange contains the other two primary colours, red and yellow. It is the complete opposite to blue. You'll also notice that they are opposites in terms of warmth. Blue is a cold colour, and orange is a warm colour. It is in contrast, so it is well placed next to the blue on the canvas. They balance each other. There is more orange than blue, but there is still balance. The blue is in the centre of each group of orange, and its position gives it slightly more dominance. There is less, but its position makes it seem more balanced. I then wanted to add another colour. I added some red to the corners of the canvas. This colour doesn't need to be near the colour blue and orange because those colours are already balanced. This colour isn't responding to those colours, and because of this, you know that it will create an imbalance of colour on the canvas. The red seems to be drifting off the edge of the canvas, and it needs an anchor to hold it in place. It needs something of equal weight, so I balance it with itself by placing more red on the canvas. It's important to think of the position of the colour. We can balance these colours, but if they are not distributed evenly across the canvas, they will seem unbalanced. There is never one thing to balance. You must think about placement and colour balance. I'm still thinking about the balance between white and black. I know I'm going to be covering a lot more of the white because I want this image to be filled with colour. I made the colours lighter towards the centre of their shape. I'm adding a little bit of white in order to give the shapes more substance and to reduce the amount of white that I'm covering up. The next step is to balance the colour red with its complement or opposite.